Sheep grazing the hills provide a valuable service in managing the uplands for biodiversity, for water quality, flood prevention and to combat climate change, also for recreational users. This management should be treated as an additional product from these sheep, along with the lambs that are sold, and farmers should be rewarded for this product. Hopefully that will be reflected in future RDP programmes. One of the most important things to get right in the management of any of these hills is the grazing. The numbers of sheep on the hills is important, but also the sheep must be on the hills for the right time of the year. It's no good just putting out joes for a few weeks after lambing time. They need to be out there for most of the year. To provide this grazing and hopefully leave a profit for the farmers, you need to have the right type of sheep. The actual breed of sheep is not as important as having sheep that can actually live up on the hills and produce lambs while spending most of the year up there. For some farmers, this may involve having a separate hill flock that spends most of the year on the hill. They then have a lowland flock that will produce a bigger crop of lambs that are more valuable to sell. You can't expect the same ewes to do both jobs, and this is where a lot of hill farmers have fallen down in the past. When dealing with commonages, it's important to have everybody working as part of a single plan. We've seen in the past where some individuals have, on a commonage, have done all the right things, but because others haven't, there's been a continued deterioration in the quality of the commonage from both a habitat and a grazing point of view. The SUAS project is getting farmers on commonages to come together to form commonage groups rather than dealing with individual farmers. It is these groups then who agree the management plans for the hill and also who are responsible for carrying out the work. We tell the farmers that inform these groups they don't need to be friends or get along terribly well with each other, just so long as they all follow the same plan and the grazing management as everybody else. That's what's important. To date we have 7 commonage groups in the SUAS project and they appear to be working well together. It's important to remember that in most cases where what the farmer wants for grazing his sheep on the hills is not very different from what the ecologist wants for quality habitats. What we're doing in the SUAS project, it's not rocket science. It's about developing an achievable plan for each upland area, regardless of whether they are commonage or private land, and then supporting these farmers to deliver that plan. We believe farmers should be involved in developing these plans as they know their own hills and they are the ones who will ultimately be carrying out the work on the hills. One of our biggest challenges is to ensure that the rewards goes to the farmers who are actually delivering the required management. I believe this will require a change from the way our agri-environmental schemes have traditionally operated to ones where payments will be based on farmers actually delivering benefits on the ground.